Hey everyone, back doing a video on death. And I'm not sure how long this will be or how old this will be. You may hear some wind noise, you may hear some construction going on. I apologize for that, but hey, it's a beautiful day. I'm outside in the back patio, the $1 million patio. So I figured I'd do a video here. It's nice out, it's warm, it's humid, birds are chirping, so things are good. I am smoking Saint Espresso, but it's windy and it's hard to smoke this, although right now it's not bad. I'm using the Diamondback corncob pipe. Hopefully my battery lasts, and I don't know if you can see my face too well. I got the light on here to kind of backfill, but anyway. So my thoughts on death lately. I don't know how it came about, but well, it hit home recently because my neighbor tragically passed away. She was very young while she was having surgery. I'm not going to get into details. I don't even know many of the details, but it kind of bothered me because, well, I don't know them personally. I'm not that close to them at all. None of my neighbors I'm really close to, but I would defend them if I needed to. I got their back. And you know, everyone keeps themselves for the most part high as is the most. Some neighbors are closer than others, but I just kind of keep to myself and do my thing. But I felt bad because, well, one, she's young, and it's very tragic when someone's young and they die, because you know there's so much for them to live for and so much potential. But it made it worse because there's two boys that she has. One's my daughter's age, 11. The other one's, I think, had to guess 6, 7. And it's just crazy, and it made me think about, well, what if I kicked off, you know, and left my daughter and whatnot. It's pretty heartbreaking and tragic, and I don't know how you deal with that as a kid. And that was one of my big fears is when I was a kid, it was one of my parents dying, or my sister, my brother, or something like that, someone close to me, or relatively close, or as a relative. I never really had that. I escaped that, and for a long time I had a fear of death, but I kind of get over that in the last few years. I've accepted now, part of life. It's the way things ebb and flow in nature and stuff and all that. But recently, I got to thinking, I don't know, it's like I thought of Taylor Hawkins. You know, this is when I started getting those thoughts, because he overdosed. In a sense, he committed suicide in one way, but he had so much to live for, but you don't know what their demons are. And as the old saying is, it's a permanent solution for a temporary problem. And I was thinking about that, and it's the permanentness of death, if that's a word. That's kind of, I don't want to say frightening me, but having me, I don't know what the word is, but I guess it scares me. Like when I think, like, my father, who's 73, you know, we're getting in that window where I got to start to worry. And I think of all the lifetime that he had, and me in his life, and then that being permanent forever. And it's just, I don't know, it haunts you in a bit. And I haven't even gone through any traumatic death or anything in my life in a long time. My grandfather, my high school sweetheart, her grandfather passing. I was close to them, but nothing like that. But I remember when I was at his, because I haven't been to too many wakes and funerals in my day, because for a long time I don't go to wakes and funerals because I was so petrified of death. I was so weirded out by it. I just didn't want to be around it, and sometimes I'd rather have the memory of when they were alive, and not the last image being them stiff and not breathing. That was the thing that always freaked me out at a wake. I remember my friend John, his grandmother passed away, and it was one of the first wakes that I'd been to, and looking at the body, and the not breathing, the stillness of it weirded me out in such a weird way. Like to me, it's like that's not even real. And then my grandfather, same thing. Um, and then you think about it, it's permanent, you kind of move on. But someone that you're close to when they die, I don't know, it kind of hits me, that permanentness of it. Because then your name just fades to time eventually, right? Like, sure, some of your close relatives will remember you and pass on your name, like I've done with my daughter. I've mentioned my grandfather Stu, my Nana, Helen, and all that, and stories about them, but she's only going to remember so much, and then it'll get lost to her kids, and so on and so forth, and you become a very distant memory, and maybe you get discovered on Ancestry.com in 50 years, 60 years, or something like that. And of course, the weed whackers. I don't know, I've always struggled with death. Memento mori, yo. You gotta accept that you're gonna die. People die. But, by the way, I apologize for, my strings are backwards because I didn't want it to hit the microphone. I don't know what that relevance has to do with the subject here, but I figured I'd point it out. Beautiful. But again, like the woman across the street, she died tragically, and I feel for her kids, and it's such a permanent thing, and they're going to go on with their life and live their life, and she's not going to be a part of that. It's, I don't know, kind of hits you. So it's almost like I've gone back into that unsettledness of death. So I got to work on that again. But again, it's the finality of it. And I know people believe religiously in all that. I don't, as I've said before on my channel. If you do, that's great. It helps you get through. I know that. I'm happy for you, but it doesn't work for me. It just doesn't compute. Oh, hey, there's the bunny. Maybe God's talking to me. Kidding. This rabbit like lives here. My daughter calls him Gizmo. Huh. Anyway, sorry to get interrupted there. But is that a lens? What is that? Oh, that's a smudge on the... Whoops. All right. I think I might have screwed up the tracking now. I'm not sure because I touched the screen. But anyway. Hopefully I sort of stay in focus. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not one for religion. It's not my cup of tea. I just can't get around it. I do like the biblical stories and all the moral tales and stuff, and I have no problem with religious people at all. I'd be happy to defend your right to believe what you want and all that stuff, but logically I can't do that. So I gotta, it's like Nietzsche, that whole quote, God is dead, and then God saying Nietzsche is dead. There's more to that whole quote that I think people get misinterpreted. And I read this, I want to say 7-8 years ago, where the author or the person was saying that Nietzsche was warning against us becoming godless, so to speak, or too knowledgeable and stuff, if I remember right. I gotta go back and look at this, so don't butcher me if I screw this up here, philosophically. Basically, we're lost without having God as our moral compass, or, making us believe in something bigger than ourselves in the afterlife, so to speak. I guess that's kind of the roundabout way that it's supposed to be interpreted, I guess. I don't know. But I haven't read Nietzsche in eons. But I just can't get by and accept that whole heaven, you meet your dead relatives, have a good party, kumbaya up in heaven, all that stuff. I mean, it'd be great. I'd love that. I'd love to be proven wrong. So, you know, if I do go up there, that'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting debate with God. But I'm more likely, if there is one, I'm going downstairs with everybody else. But in any case, I can't get behind that. So the permanentness of it is something I gotta deal with of late. I don't know why, because I was good for a while. Now I'm kind of, my rudder's all over the place, so to speak. It's stuck in one direction. But, you know, I'll figure it out. Anyway, I just wanted to give some thoughts on death. I'm going to do this as we go. I'll have more videos planned to do and talk about this stuff. By the way, my fence is missing back there because of the patio or whatever. So if you're curious, we will be adding a new fence going that way, and then there'll be a bigger gate. And I'll do some videos over there too. But that's why that orangey weird fence is over there. But in any case, that's going to do it for this video. Share your thoughts below. I'm curious what you guys think. I know there'll be some religious tones in there, which is fine. Just don't turn it into a big old mess. That's all I ask. But in any case, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to go and finish this smoke, and I think I'm going to have to jump in the pool because it's getting a little humid here for my liking. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.